What's going on, Fresherton fam? It's your big brother Billboard Fresherton, and you're now listening to another blog episode of Just My Thoughts. And you know how we do, man. I like to touch on things that I feel is relevant, especially when it comes to our people. But I really want to chop it up today about these plane crashes. It's very, very odd. All of these malfunctions and these crashes that these planes are having across the nation. And what's even more crazier is that we don't really hear any reports from the media or any other news outlets like that about there being any sort of investigation into these different scenarios, these different instances where these planes are just malfunctioning and stuff like that. We don't really hear anything um, from the, is that the FAA? I can't remember who is over the airplane industry to a degree, but whoever's like the overseers, we're not really hearing anything from them regarding any commentary that's going to ease the public's mind, because the more that these plane crashes continue, the more the public is going to distrust. And it almost seemed like that's actually by design. And so I just want to put out just some theories of mine, just three theories that I have as far as why these particular scenarios involving plane crashes are happening. And the first one is, to be very honest with you, I believe that we are being hacked. There was this influx of these different casinos and all these different industries being hacked by just being computer hacked and everything else. And we all know that the planes, they run on the grid, they run on a computer system. And I just feel like with all these different malfunctions that, in my opinion, is very avoidable. A lot of the stuff that happened were very avoidable. There's something happening behind the scenes that they're not telling the public. I feel like there's a huge possibility that there's some hacking going on. There's some hacking going on in the background, and that there's a possibility that the grid system that is helping the air traffic control and everybody else is being sabotaged. We let so many people in. Like I said, I keep harping on this. The Democrats really just opened the floodgates to these borders, and there was just so many people coming in that were undocumented, and we do not know who we are letting in. We possibly let in the enemy without even knowing it. Just with the negligence, the amount of negligence that the Democratic Party showed when it came to protecting our borders. And so it just is not out of the realm of possibility that our systems, when it comes to air traffic control, has been compromised by an outside source. Okay, so that's my first theory. There's a possibility that there's some sabotaging and hacking going on with the air traffic control system. My second theory is that possibly there might be an ushering in of some new software. Particularly now that we have Elon in the mix right now, who's big on technology, who's big on all these rockets and flying to space and creating cars, et cetera, et cetera. I would not be surprised if Elon came out with a new software, something that's like, oh man, these planes software that they're using at the air traffic control, their software is outdated. And so here's something new. Check this out. This is the reason why these planes been falling out the skies, because the system, the software, the technology has to be updated. I would not be surprised if they came out with that, right? So, oh, here's some new parts. Here's some new aircraft parts, some new state of the art wings or wheels or something like that, to help the airplanes that has these outdated designs, right? Here's a new airplane that I designed. This is Elon talking. Here's a new airplane that I designed, that's going to be way more fuel efficient, right? And cost effective or whatever it is that they'll use as far as a pitch in order to get the public on board. So with all these planes crashing, hey, why not try a completely new aircraft model? Or we're going to be ushering in a new aircraft model to replace these older models. And let's not forget that, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure of every airline, but there are airlines already using Starlink, Elon Musk's Starlink technology in their planes. Okay, hopefully that won't be something that they, reverse and be like, well, we was using Starlink and everything was good before we implemented that technology, and then next, Elon might go under the bus. So many different, so many different scenarios when it comes to that could possibly play out as to why these airplanes are falling out the sky and how they could use that as a bait and switch to usher in some new technology, some new aircrafts, or some new parts for aircrafts. Remember, blimps at one point was a reliable source of transportation before airplanes. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, there was like a huge one of the biggest blimp crashes happened in like the 1930s, and that kind of shifted. And that wasn't the only blimp crash, but there was a lot of blimp crashes that shifted the energy from blimps being used and flown to aircraft. So there's a possibility that they could be bringing in some new aircrafts or some sort of new technology, etc. So let's look out for that. And my last theory is maybe there's a big name that they're trying to get or take out. And when I say a big name, meaning like a celebrity, so they're normalizing these planes dropping, and if a plane drops with a big name celebrity on it, um, what would that do to the masses, right? Um, would that deter them from taking planes? Who knows? Would that, with the news, because we've been low key long overdue. Not to say it like that, but we already know. Especially when there's a changing of these seasons, these different solstices, that there's ritualistic behaviors, and hopefully, prayerfully, airplane crash will not be one, because the biggest one that really devastated the entire world, especially America, was when Kobe's helicopter went down. Okay, so hopefully that is not the case. Hopefully they're not trying to line a celeb up in regards to that, as far as having an airplane. If they were to fly one day, then their flight that they took, sorry, just happens to malfunction and then crash. So I'm praying that that does not happen. So those are my three theories right there, y'all. I would love to hear some of y'all conjecture from the Freshington fam as to what is going on with all these planes dropping out the sky. You know what I'm saying? And make sure you share this. Make sure you comment, and let's have a real discussion. All right, y'all. I'm not gonna hold you. I will not be flying for a little minute. I'm gonna just try to kind of wait this stuff out, see what the hell is going on. I urge each and every one of y'all listening to this right now to second guess your flight. If there's another way to get out to wherever it is you have to travel to, or maybe by train or driving, I would highly suggest you utilizing those options. But hey, if you have to fly, make Godspeed, and I'm keeping you in my prayers. Okay? And remember, Freshington fam, stay shining, keep that light on high beam, because the same ones trying to friend you, they gonna try to dim you. Peace.